What's going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG video. I know it has been quite some time, but I am excited to get in here with opening 50 Celestial Storms packs. That's right, available August 2nd, as you can see right here. Sun and Moon Celestial Storm did just release today on Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. So we're going to open up some packs. Let me get the music turned on actually real fast. Whoops, I just clicked mute. That's not what we want. We want some sounds, so we can hear those glorious ultra rares when we open them up. And yeah, here we go. Sun and Moon Celestial Storm. We've got pack number 1, 50 packs. Let's get some music going. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this set. Lots of cool cards. We got, of course, Rayquaza GX. You know, you guys know I love Rayquaza GX, so I'm very, very excited for this. We've got, you know, Banette Gx, we've got Shiftry Gx, Magcargo's in this set, we get Copycat reprinted, Shrine of Punishments is a really cool stadium, so there are just a lot of cards I'm really excited for. So we're going to go ahead and hop in here and open up 50 packs, see what our pulls are going to be like. Of course, Electro GX, how could I forget? Excited about that card as well. Look at this, all new cards here in the pack. We got Tate and Liza, an interesting supporter. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 5 cards, or switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. Bill's Maintenance got a reprint. We've got Hustle Belt, an interesting trainer card. If the Pokemon this card is attached to has 30 HP or less remaining and has any damage counters on it, its attacks do 60 more damage. So I think this card is interesting as well. We've got a really, really cute Mudkip right there, not gonna lie. And then our rare, very first pack, can we do it? Rayquaza GX out of the very first pack. No, but we do get a Sceptile with that Power of Nature ability, also really interesting here. Prevent all damage done to your Pokemon that have any grass energy attached to them by attacks from your opponent's Ultra Beasts. So it could be an interesting ability. We'll have to see if this is something that ends up seeing play or not. I think it'll be pretty good once Sceptile GX comes out, which is supposed to be, I think, in the fall set or the winter set. So we'll see if that's the case or not. But yeah, pretty, you know, not the worst first pack. We'll continue on here. There are also some really cool full arts I want to get. That Copycat full art is awesome. Apricorn Maker is a card I think is really interesting, so I'd like to get some of those if we can. Look at that, we got Hiker, not a great supporter there, unfortunately. All new cards in this pack as well, actually. We get a Lotad, we got Magcargo, Ludicolo is back. We'll see if that's a deck that's any good. And then our rare in the pack is just a Banette. Nothing crazy here. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may put a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile on their bench. And then for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play, put 1 damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon in any way that you like. I don't think this card is great, but it's definitely interesting to say the least. All right, we'll move on. I'm not going to read every single card, guys. Don't worry, but I do want to hit on certain specifics. All the supporters I want to look at for sure. We've got Liza here, or Lizia, I guess. Liza. It's not Liza because it's got an I right there. So Licia, maybe? Search your deck for up to 2 Prism Star cards, reveal them, and put them in your hand. So that's a card that could be pretty decent in specific decks. We got Beast Ball. Look at your face-down prize cards. You may reveal an Ultra Beast card you find there, put it into your hand, and put this Beast Ball in its place. Then shuffle your face-down prize cards. So that's an interesting card. And then a Swampert, pretty solid card, is here as well. Power Draw. Once during your turn before you attack, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 3. And then Hydro Pump 80 plus 20 more times the amount of water energy attached. So a solid ability. It is unfortunately a stage 2. So I'm not sure how great Swampert will be, but it's at least interesting, and we'll have to see if there's something that can get working with that. Another pack where we got all new cards except for the Lotad, and it looks like we did get a Prism Star at least here in this pack. I'll look at the Beldum real fast. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, its retreat cost is 1 less for each Beldum on your bench, so that's definitely an interesting ability. Underground Expedition, this is a reprint from older sets. Look at the bottom 4 cards of your deck and put the 2 of them in your hand, put the other cards back on the bottom in any order, so I don't think that's a great supporter necessarily. So let's go with the Prism Star. Ooh, actually, okay, so it looks like Prism Star's going to be last. But we did get a Tyranitar Holo Rare. This card, not too great, but love this artwork from Neo Genesis. Super great. And then our Prism Star is a Jirachi Prism Star. The first ultra rare, quote-unquote, that we get in our online openings. Ability, Wish Upon a Star. If you took this Pokemon as a face-down prize card during your turn and your bench isn't full, before you put it in your hand, you may put it onto your bench and take one more prize card. Paris Dream, 10 damage. If this Pokemon is now, this Pokemon is now asleep. At the end of your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon will be knocked out. So, an interesting ability, but it's kind of hard to put it in your prize cards, and it's, you know, it's only a one of, so I'm not too sure that it's going to be that good, but we'll see. There might be some sort of cheesy deck that we can play with that, some sort of like first turn win deck maybe, something like that, but we'll mess around, see if there's something we can do with Jirachi Prism Star. And we get a Dunsparce Reverse. Love seeing this. This is an awesome card. 50 HP, colorless, strike and run. Search your deck for up to 3 basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. Then shuffle your deck. If you put any Pokemon on your bench in this way, you may switch this Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. So, really solid setup attack. I think not necessarily for Worlds, but moving into the next format, this is a card that really could see a decent amount of play. It saw a lot of play in years past. This is a card that was really popular in 2004 and in 2005, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is a card that sees play once again. And then flip a coin if heads your opponent's active is now paralyzed. So a decent second attack. And we get a Registeel non-holo rare. This Pokemon takes 20 less damage from attacks. Silver Fist, if your opponent's active Pokemon has an ability, it does 60 more. So not too great, I don't think. It is at least a metal and 2 colorless, so you could do something with DCE and Max Elixir maybe, but all in all, not the best ability. We get a Lombre, a lot of new cards still we're getting. We get the 70 HP Beldum, and this one does have 3 Retreat, which means you can search it out with Heavy Ball, so I think that's definitely an interesting aspect. Maybe we can do something with that in Metagross. And then our rare in the pack is a Steelix, once again, a older artwork from Neo Genesis. Not too great of a card, though. Tail Crush, flip a coin of heads. This does 40 more damage, so it does, however, have 190 HP as a Stage 1 non-EX, so that's pretty crazy. Lots of HP on that guy. We'll keep moving on, though. We do get a Voltorb here with the Floating Electrons, a solid Voltorb. Like, this is the Voltorb to play if you're playing a Electrode, like if you're playing Electrode in your deck. And then we've also got TV Reporter, draw 3 cards, then discard a card from your hand. So this is a reprint, a card that was played a lot in the past, and something I'm sure we'll see play once again. We did get 2 rares once again. Our first one is a Reverse Holo rare Lunala with Shadowy Shield. If this Pokemon has any Psychic Energy attached to it, takes 20 less damage from attacks. Full Moon Ray, 80 plus 20 more times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's active. So not too great. Once again, on a Stage 2, don't think that card is too good. And then we have Kartana here, 60 HP. This dude is super tiny, but Divine Paper, 40 plus. If your opponent has exactly 6 prize remaining, this attack does 90 more damage. So, I think this is an interesting card. It would be, I don't know, 2 energy attachments makes it really difficult to make it worth investing 2 energies into a 60 HP Pokemon. If it had 1 energy attack cost, I think it would be too good, because then it's just a free turn 130, and that's like just a little too strong. Even though it does have 60 HP, that's basically just a free knockout on turn 1 against things like Baby Buzzwole, any of those 130 HP Pokemon. Hoopa from, what's it called? Hoopa from Steam Siege. So I think that it would probably be a little too strong if it was just 1, but I think 2 metal energy, it's just not quite good enough, unfortunately. But we'll keep moving on. We're not even 10 packs in yet, but we still don't have a GX. I'm really hoping we can get a GX pretty soon. We do get a Friend Ball, nice reprint here as well. Search your deck for a Pokemon with the same type as one of your opponent's Pokemon in play, reveal it and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. So that's a card I think is interesting. We've got Fisherman here, a reprint, definitely a solid card. And then a Regirock non-holo rare. This is not the worst card though. Enhanced Stomp, 20 damage plus. If this Pokemon has a tool card attached to it, it does 20 more damage. So with Choice Band, DNC, Strong Energy, all those buffs, we can hit a lot of damage for just 1 energy with Regirock. But ultimately, I think like something like Baby Buzzwole is just probably just straight up better, honestly. So not really a reason to ever play that card in your deck. Alright, so we'll keep it moving on here. Our Reverse Holo is a Swampert. I'd like to see that. And our first GX, unfortunately, is a Palossand GX. Stage 1, 210 HP. Eerie Light, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Absorb Life, heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. And then Sandy Fear GX, 60 times. Look at the top 13 cards of your opponent's deck. Discard any number of Pokemon you find there. This attack does 60 damage for each card you discarded in this way. Your opponent shuffles the other cards back into their deck. Just like so random. Top 13 cards. Where did they come up with that number? I don't know, man. And like by the time you get this guy powered up and you get 4 energies on him, your opponent has probably got their board mostly set up, which means there's not a lot of Pokemon left in their deck. So there's a good chance you're not going to do like any damage with a Sandy Fear. So I don't think this card is that great. Eerie Light, your opponent's now confused. It costs 3 energies. Maybe if this was like a single fighting, it would be good, but then I don't know. It's not too great, honestly. It is weak to Grass as opposed to Psychic, so that's something, but too many energies for not too great of attacks. We'll keep it moving, though. Hopefully we can get some better GXs than just Palossand GX. We do get a Metagross here. Extend, as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your turn does not end when you play Steven's Resolve, so that's interesting. I like that. During your next turn, this Pokemon's Meteor Mash attack does 60 more damage. So you can ramp up to 120 damage per turn with Meteor Mash. That's not too bad at all. And then we got Deoxys here. Not the good Deoxys. We'll see if we can maybe get the good one that's got Psychic, but let's just keep powering on, looking for more GX cards. Just one Rayquaza GX is all I really want out of this. We've got Solgaleo GX, or sorry, Solgaleo. If this Pokemon has any metal energy attached to it, it has no weakness. And then Rising Dash. This attack's damage isn't affected by resistance, so not too great. And a Grumpig. So we'll pretend that didn't happen, and we'll move right on and try to get something good. At least like some sort of good GX. That's our first Slugma, which is pretty surprising. Magcargo, of course, is a really solid card. We got a Switch. Good, you know, I love seeing that artwork. This is one of my favorite Switch artworks. And then we've also got Rainbow Energy, older artwork as well. Pretty sweet as a reverse. And then a Banette, another one. So we'll keep it trucking along. I should be able to trade that Rainbow Energy off. I do have more packs. I'm not going to be opening them up, though. I'm going to be trading them away to get new cards from the set. But we'll just try to move on here. We'll still read the trainers as we see them. Prevent all effects of the opponent's attacks, including damage done to benched Pokemon. Okay, so that's interesting. Is that different than Mountain Ring? I guess Mountain Ring only prevents damage, right? This prevents effects. What effect could be prevented? I guess like a Gust effect is an attack. Now we've got Lure Ball. Flip 3 coins for each hedge. Put an evolution Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand. Not a great card, unfortunately. But, you know, it's a cool older card, at least. So I like seeing these older cards coming back into the standard format. We've got Kyogre there. Hey, there we go! We did it! Yes! A Rainbow Rare Rayquaza GX. Oh, this card is beautiful. This card is really, really powerful. Wow, what a pull. Let's go. I'm so hyped for that. Stormy Winds is the ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If you do, attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So nice little built-in energy acceleration there. We've got Dragon Break, 30 damage times the amount of basic grass and lightning energy attached to your Pokemon. And then Tempest GX, discard your hand and draw 10 cards. I love this card. I love Rayquaza, as you guys know. And this card is just sweet. Oh, the Rainbow Rare Rayquaza, probably the best card we could have pulled online, and we get one. We don't even need to open the rest of the packs, honestly. If I wasn't recording, I would stop opening packs right now and just trade the rest. I would be so satisfied. But nevertheless, we'll continue on. What is this, our 3rd Grumpig? All the Grumpigs in the world. Man, we're going to continue on. If we pull 2 Rayquazas, I would lose my mind. But not going to, you know, hope too high for any of that. We'll just keep going and see what happens. Another Registeel there. So far, only 2 GXs, but one of them was the Rayquaza Rainbow Rare, so I will take it. I will take it. 2 rares here. We got a Banette and a Deoxys. This is also not the good one. I thought this was the good one at first, but not quite the one we want to get. Continuing on. Ooh, Sableye. I like this card a lot. I think this is really interesting. Excavate. Once during your turn before you attack, you may look at the top card of your deck. You may discard that card. So a nice little thinning ability, a little consistency there on a basic. And then Disable. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks. That Pokemon can't use that attack during your opponent's next turn. So also an interesting attack right there. And a Rainbow Rare Blaziken Gx. Unfortunately, not a very good card right now. I think this could see a little more play in the fall once the other Blaziken comes out with the Fire Starter ability. Maybe once Ditto Prism Star comes out, that just helps Stage 2 decks a lot in general. But we've got Slash for 60 for 2 colorless, Explosive Kick, discard 2 Fire Energy from this Pokemon, 210 damage though, so definitely like that. And then Blaze Out GX, discard 2 energy from your opponent's Pokemon. So, yeah, just a beautiful card. Unfortunately, I don't think it's great right now. It's a card that I think could be good in the future, though, so we'll just have to see what happens once more cards come out and that card gets more support. And there we go. We got a nice little streak here of GXs. Articuno Gx, 170 HP. Ability, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may switch it with your active Pokemon. If you do, move any number of water energy from your other Pokemon to this Pokemon. So it's just like Tapu Koko GX. Not too bad. It does 130 for 3. Not the worst. It's not great, but it's not the worst. Especially when you consider the ability. You can kind of create it out of nowhere. And, you know, that does knock out things like Baby Buzzwole. And then Cold Crush GX, discard all energy from both active Pokemon. So an interesting card. Not sure how great it is, but we've got, this is the 20th pack, so we're, you know, what's that, 40% of the way through, something like that? I think that's right. And we get a Pokénav. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Pokemon or energy card you find there and put it into your hand. Put the other cards back in any order. Not too great. We'll continue on past Pokénav and continue on with the rest of this opening. Torkoal, Swalot. Swalot, the MVP of pre-releases. Steven's Resolve Reverse. Search your deck for up to 3 cards. Put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Your turn ends. So I think this is a card that could become a really solid turn 1 supporter option. I think this is really pretty good in decks like Vikabulu and things like Magnezone Duskmane. Things that all they really need on their second turn is a Stage 2 in play. I think Steven's Resolve could be really solid for that. And then we get another Kartana. So we'll see if Steven's Resolve actually becomes good. It seems good to me, just at first glance, but we'll see what actually ends up happening. We get another Dunsparce, which is solid, a Beldum right there, and nope, not going to talk about it. Keep moving on past that, ignoring what we just pulled. And we'll just have to see what else we get. The Masked Royale, not you, Shuppet, get out of here. Attach a basic energy card from your hand to one of your Stage 2 Grass, Fire, or Water Pokemon. An interesting supporter. I like that. There's a couple supporters, I think, in this set that have, like, energy acceleration built into them. So that kind of, like, really only works in a slower format. So if we slow the format down, I think it's a concept that could be pretty solid. But we'll see. Ooh, our first rare candy. Love this old artwork. Of course, I do still have my secret rares, but man, I just love this artwork. So great to see it online and get this card back. We get another Blaziken GX, this time a regular art. We already went over this card. Like I said, I'm not sure it's great right now. I think it has much more potential in the future. Right now, not too great, though. We do get 2 rares once again. Starting off with a Banette Gx, nice, and this is going to be a Prism Star, another Jirachi. So we'll look at Banette real fast. Shady move, once during your turn before you attack, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may put 1 damage counter from one Pokemon to another Pokemon. So you can move a counter from your side of the field to your opponent's side. I think this ability would be pretty good if you could use it from the bench, and then they limited it to like 1 Shady move ability per turn. I think that would be pretty good. But as it stands, it has to be your active Pokemon. Not too sure how great it will be. Shadow Chant, 30 damage plus 10 more damage for each supporter card in your discard pile. You can't add more than 100 damage in this way, so if you have 10 supporters in your discard pile, you do 130 for just 1 energy. That's not too bad at all, but it is weak to dark, unfortunately, so I think that's like a really, really bad thing for this card right now. Zoroark GX is still really powerful, a really good card, so not too sure how great that will be. And then we've also got Tomb Hunt GX. Put 3 cards from your discard pile into your hand. Yep, just a really solid GX attack. We've seen it be good with Decidueye GX in the past, and Banette is a Stage 1. Decidueye was a Stage 2, so any Banette deck will, that's just a solid GX attack to have access to, for sure. So let's keep moving on. Reverse Holo Slugma, like to see that. 2 Slugmas in 1 pack, let's go. And a Medicham. Strike of Enlightenment. If this Pokemon's remaining HP is 130 or less, this attack does 160 more damage. So, there's a lot of damage potential here. We've got Diancie, we've got Strong Energies, the Hustle Belt trainer card as well. The thing is getting down to less than 30 HP. How do we make that happen? The combo that would make sense to me, and it's not very good, is Bide with Meditite. Flip a coin. If heads, this Pokemon would be knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's next turn. It is not knocked out, and its remaining HP becomes 10. So if you can Bide, flip heads, they swing into you, you go down to 10 HP, you have 60 damage on you, you evolve into Meditite. There you go, you've got what you need to start taking those knockouts. You've also got Spinning Kick, of course, 90 damage, does 32 itself. I don't know, it does not seem great. Maybe there's something here in Expanded with like Focus Sash. That probably seems like the best way to play it as far as, you know, in general goes, but in Standard I don't think this card is that great. In Expanded, it has potential. 2 attachments, though, makes it a little awkward. It's an interesting card, though. We'll see if anyone finds anything cute to make it work with. We got a Copycat. Is that our first Copycat? That's pretty crazy. We're over halfway through it. First Copycat. We've got Steelworks Heatran. I like this card. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck and attach any number of Metal Energy cards you find there to one of your Pokemon. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck, so that has potential to be a good setup of attack in Metal decks. And then our rare is Regice. Not much to say about Regice. We'll keep moving on. And see what we can get out of this pack. Another Tate and Liza, a Minior. Don't know what this one does. 90 HP, Falling Star. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your hand and your bench isn't full, you may move your active Pokemon to your bench and play this Pokemon as your new active Pokemon. So it's sort of like a Russian ability, but only from your hand, so you can't use it every single turn. And then we've got Swift. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness, resistance, or any other effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So it's a Pokemon, I don't know, like with Strong Energy, Choice Band, Diancie, all those buffs. You can do a lot of damage with Swift, but it's not affected by weakness. So not too sure if it's that great. And another Banette. We've got a lot of these now. I think we've got at least 1 Reverse Holo and then those 3. Yeah, so I'm not too sure about Minior. It's kind of cute, though. We got another TV Reporter. Life Herb, flip a coin. If heads, remove all special conditions and 60 damage, so that's pretty cool. 220 HP, Wailord on a Stage 1. Wailord's just, you know, keeping his reputation up in the Pokemon TCG by just being a troll with a huge amount of HP. And that's all we'll say about that. We will continue on a double Wailord back-to-back. You know what? I just called him a troll, and then I got trolled by him, so I guess I deserve it. Like, another Copycat, nice, and another Grumpig, 4th Grumpig. I haven't even read it yet. Mirror Step, 10 damage. If one of your opponent's Pokemon in play has the same name as one of your Pokemon in play, this attack does 70 more damage. So, could this be good in, like, a Buzzwole deck for the Mirror? You know, doing 160 damage before... like buffs like Choice Band and stuff? Maybe. So if it was a basic, it'd be really, really good, but it's a Stage 1, so seems a little more awkward to get up and moving. Probably not too great, honestly. We got 2 rares once again. First one is a Sceptile. That means this is going to be a Prism Star. Latias, Prism Star. Yes, one of the Prism Stars we wanted to get for sure. Dreamy Mist. For a Color Synergy, 30 damage, attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to each of your basic benched dragon Pokemon. So obviously, solid synergy with Rayquaza GX. I'm sure a lot of Rayquaza GX decks are going to be playing that. So a really solid card for sure. Still no Shrine of Punishments yet. Hopefully we can get one of those. Get a Reverse Holo Steelix. And a Holo Rare Salamence. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon once during your turn, you may switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with their active Pokemon. So it's a free Gust effect, but it has to be your active. Maybe if this guy had like free Retreat, you could work it into something. But once again, it's a Stage 2, so probably not even. The 3 Retreat just honestly makes it like pretty unplayable. We get a switch, we get a Hiker. Hiker, not even gonna read it, not too good. And another Regirock. So we'll see what we get out of this one. A reverse holo Bagon. That's the happiest Bagon I think I've ever seen right there. And then another Tyranitar. Love that artwork once again, but it's unfortunately not the best card. You know, maybe we can mess around with a Trolley Tyranitar deck. Oh, what? Another Blaziken Rainbow Rare. If we'd gotten another Rayquaza, I would have been so done. But Blaziken GX, still pretty sweet. We've got 3 Blazikens now. We can maybe build a Blaziken deck. Once again, not going to be too great until the other Blaziken comes out. First Rainbow Energy, and then we get an Exploud. Dangerous Concert. 80 damage. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. 4 Retreat. Heavy Impact for 100. Weak to Fighting. Not a very good card. Especially being weak to Fighting and to Stage 2. Hey, a Super Scoop Up. First one of those we've gotten. That is a reprint. Another Kartana. Is this our second reverse holo Lotad? That's pretty nice. Gonna want to get some more of those guys. Maybe mess around with a Ludicolo deck. Get a little swing dancing going on. Hey, there we go. Magcargo with that smooth over ability. Once during your turn before you attack, you may search your deck for a card, shuffle your deck, and then put that card on top of it. So really good synergy with Rayquaza. Wow, not Rayquaza. With Zoroark GX, especially, you know, we saw Zoroark Control get second place at NAIC that Tord brought, so I think that's a version that could do really well. We get another Magcargo right there, back-to-back, and then a Prism Star here. It's going to be another Latias. We'll take that. Definitely something I'm going to try to trade as soon as this video is over. Going to try to get more Rayquazas for that video. And yeah, got a lot of trading to do today, folks. Oh, nice! We get a Licia full art there. Search your deck for up to 2 Prism Star cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. So, like I said, this is like a niche supporter that is good, could be good in very specific decks in the future. I don't think there's anything great with it right now, but it's a card that has potential for sure. So we will keep moving on. 3 Magcargos in a row? What is that? I think that's probably going to be a card that's going to be worth trading away as well. So we'll definitely work on some trades with that. Another rare candy. Shrine of Punishments. Very nice. Want to get some more of this guy over here. Between turns, put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon GX and Pokemon EX, both yours and your opponent's. So can be really solid for non-EX and non-GX decks to just help you like hit better numbers. I could see that being good in like a Vespiquen type deck, something where it's like if maybe you just had 10 more damage, it could be really more beneficial. So we'll see what happens there. We got a Mr. Mime Gx, 150 HP, basic with Magic Evens. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's attacks if that damage is exactly 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, or 260. So, yeah, basically if it's like an even number, well, I mean, I guess they're all even numbers because they all end in 0, but if the starting digit is, starting first 2 digits are an even number, I don't really know how you would even say that. But basically, you can't do damage with those very specific numbers to this Pokemon, which isn't, like, terrible, but Choice Band exists, which just adds 30 damage to an attack, so if your attack's damage would be even, you can just attach Choice Band to it, and then it's not even anymore, so unfortunately, just because Choice Band exists, Mr. Mime is a lot weaker. Maybe after Choice Band rotates out, I'm talking like next year, and Mr. Mime is still in format, we could see it be decent. Breakdown for each card in your opponent's hand to put 1 damage counter on their active Pokemon. So as we enter a format with no disruption supporters, you know, you can really punish people for having large hand sizes. That's not the worst. And then Life Trick, heal all damage from this Pokemon. So pretty solid GX attack as well. 150 HP GX though. Not too great right now, but I'm not sleeping on Mr. Mime yet. I think there is potential for it. 6 packs remaining. We'll see if we can get any magic out of these last few packs. There's that good Deoxys that we've been talking about. Psychic, 20 damage. This attack does 20 more damage times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is going to be a good replacement to Mewtwo Evolutions once that rotates out. And we get a Heatran there. Is this a holo? Yes, it is a holo. I could barely tell. But a holo Heatran, like I already talked about that card, so. But like I said, I think it's pretty decent. But yeah, I do have more codes, guys. I've got about 60 or 70 more codes. I'm going to just enter them and try to get some trades up and running. Is this our first Epicorn maker? Like I said, I think this card is pretty decent. Search your deck for up to 2 item cards that have the word ball in their name. Reveal them and put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So I can see this card being really good post-rotation as like a turn 1 supporter option, where you can just go search out Nest Ball, or you can get like Nest Ball, Timer Ball for the next turn, depending on what your opening hand is. I think there's potential there with Apricorn Maker. Just 3 packs left, though, guys. We'll see if we can get any last couple of pack magic here. There's a Scyther. We got a Banette, a Prism Star there. Nice. We did get a Latios Prism Star. Dragon Fleet. This attack does 50 damage for each of your Evolution Dragon Pokemon in play. So, something that could do a decent chunk of damage and get ramped up pretty fast, but it's something you only get, you know, 1 or 2 uses out of, since it's a Prism Star. Once it gets knocked out, it's gone forever. And there's no great Evolution Dragon decks at the moment, but yeah, we'll keep it moving. Second to last pack, we get a Steven's Resolve. Nice, we'll take that. A Holo Rare Trainer. Search your deck for 3 cards, put them in your hand. We already talked about this. Like I said, guys, this is a pretty decent card. Alright, guys, last pack here. We'll see what we can get to wrap this opening up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely leave a like down below if you did, and make sure you are subscribed. I'm going to be doing a lot of deck profiles and things like that. A lot of videos for Celestial Storm for Worlds format, and as well as post-rotation once Worlds is over. So let's go ahead and see. Last card, it is a Kartana. So nothing crazy there out of the last pack, but guys, like I said, I am totally satisfied. We got the one card I wanted most out of this set. Rainbow Rare Rayquaza GX. Thank you to the pack gods for, man, just what a solid pull right there. I'm going to try to trade for more of these. Usually, guys, as you know, I like to get the full art cards from the sets. But unfortunately, Dragon type full arts just look terrible because of the coloring. I do not like this color, so I do like the way the Rayquaza looks on it, though. Just, it, like, sticks out a little better than some of the Pokemon. So I'm going to try to trade for Rainbow Rares, I think, of Rayquaza GX. So wish me luck in that aspect, because they're going to be expensive, but we'll see if we can make it happen. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. Definitely leave a like if you enjoyed. Be sure you're subscribed so you can catch more of my Celestial Storm videos coming out very soon. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get to trading and get some awesome videos up for you guys in the next few days. So stay tuned for that. And that's going to do it for me. Until next time, guys, take care.